Hi everyone, I'm WABC Chief Meteorologist Lee Goldberg, and this is Wake Up Weather on ABC7NY and For Weather or Not, sponsored by TD Bank. Well, we have a warm-up on the way to finish the week and a good-looking weekend overall, couple little speed bumps, but first it's a familiar forecast for your Wednesday, where we're fighting cloud cover. There will be some breaks in the clouds, but overall it's a quiet, dry start to October for many. I'll highlight some opportunities for a little drizzle or a few showers, but I don't see any significant rain or washout. So the overall dry trend that we had in September, even though we finished out with 5 of the last 7 days having measurable rainfall, we only got soaked really on one day with 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. And of course, that was this past Sunday. I just don't see soaking rains in the forecast. So the dry pattern overall, big picture goes on. The warm-up's going to happen Thursday and Friday as we increase the sunshine a little bit more. There's definitely still some clouds we're fighting on Thursday, but we should get in the 70s Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday is looking warm. Could be our warmest day, actually, especially if we can get rid of the showers early and clear things out. The weekend, I'm painting it as an 8 out of 10. I mean, there are some windows of clouds I'll tell you about, the opportunity for a shower Saturday morning, but overall looking like a nice October weekend, first October weekend. The extended forecast. So there's opportunity for some rain early next week. It looks like it's centered on Monday morning, maybe even early in the morning, and then we start to dry out. We're watching the Gulf of Mexico. There may be a tropical system milling around there as we go into next week, whether it's a named storm, not sure, but definitely looking at waves of rain going into parts of South Florida. For us, same idea. On Wednesday, we'll start out with partly to mostly cloudy skies. I mean, could there be a touch of drizzle off to the south? Again, a very small chance. There might be a little bit more low cloudiness and fog well inland, Catskills, Poconos, mid-Hudson Valley. After an early morning in the cool 50s, we'll be in the mid and upper 60s during the day. Now, our futurecast is very bullish on showing a fair amount of sunshine. If that were to happen, these temperatures should actually be closer to the 70-degree mark. But I do think we'll be fighting more cloudiness based on some other guidance I'm looking at. So clouds, some limited sunshine tomorrow. There will be a few breaks at times. Again, a fairly comfortable day. Now, a front is trying to come through on Wednesday night. There's not much with it. Could there be a sprinkle north and west? It's not out of the question. Maybe this is just a patch of clouds. The problem is this front doesn't have a heck of a lot of push. So I don't see just a shot of dry air coming in on Thursday. So I still think we're fighting a little bit of cloud cover. It's definitely a brighter day, partly sunny day. We'll probably be in the low 70s. Maybe there are some mid 70s inland. It's certainly sunnier than the past several days, but I do think we're dealing with at least some cloud patches at times. So Thursday, with the front falling apart and high pressure taking control, it's clouds mixing with sunshine. Friday looks like a partly sunny day. High pressure basically stretching down the coast here. There's a weak front off to our west. That looks like it's traveling a little faster now. So if that happens, we've got a shower Friday night, maybe into early Saturday morning. Maybe we're still getting rid of some of the cloudiness on Saturday. But if we start brightening up, high pressure building in, and the cooler air hasn't come in yet, we could go middle 70s on Saturday. High pressure is almost right on top of us on Sunday with a front off to our west. Some high clouds are probably spilling in during the day. So the sunniest part of the day will probably be the morning and midday, and then some clouds may come in during the afternoon. But that still looks really nice, and any showers would hold off until Sunday night or Monday. And again, you can see even with this system, the better forcing or support for rainfall is working through parts of Ontario and Quebec and really through maybe upstate New York. So maybe we get some showers there again Sunday night into Monday morning. At the same time, we're going to be watching low pressure. Now, whether it's a depression or just low pressure with showers and thunderstorms over the Gulf of Mexico, not sure yet, but it looks like it's something that might mill around there for a while because there's a lot of blocking to the north. If that's to happen, at the very least, there's going to be tropical rains that go into parts of Florida into early next week. We look at the entire basin, and right now you don't see anything too organized. There's definitely a circulation over the southwestern Caribbean, and then you have these two storms right here. So that's Kirk, which could become a major hurricane in the Atlantic. And then you have this system here, which has a high likelihood of forming. By the way, what you see left here in this line of showers and storms, that's what's left of Isaac and Joyce. The next named storms are Leslie and Milton. So we'll see whether this becomes one of those and the other one that's over the Caribbean turns into our next named storm. Again, more on that. It's low pressure right now, very broad in the southwestern Caribbean. If anything, the Hurricane Center has taken down chances to nothing, next to nothing here over the next couple days of any type of formation, and a 40% shot of seeing a formation over the next 7 days. So again, there could be a tropical depression maybe later in the week or into the weekend, but everything's evolving very, very slowly slowly with this. When we go over to the eastern Atlantic, there's Kirk that we'll talk about. I'll show you the track in just a second. And this storm here has a 90% shot of developing, so we'll likely get a named storm out of that one. The Kirk track shows a ramp up to a Category 3 major hurricane by Friday morning, but thankfully recurving in the Atlantic, just impacting some of the shipping lanes. This is low-level spin, and one of the guidance and computer models I use with this. And what you notice is, again, here's Kirk coming into the Atlantic, formidable storm. And actually what is left of Helene may actually organize again east of Bermuda, and you get these storms all dancing around the Atlantic, even maybe joining forces at some stage. We'll see whether that's Leslie or Milton. And again, when you're looking into next week, you've got something that has formed over the Gulf over the weekend, doesn't look terribly organized, but definitely a lot of moisture going into Florida, waves of it during the week. So starting over the weekend and going into next week. So if you have travel plans down in the Sunshine State, you want to keep tuned into our forecast to let you know whether an organized tropical system will be impacting the peninsula as we go into next week. And look, I mean, even by next Friday, you're still seeing some of that work over parts of Florida and the Bahamas. Our steering winds. Okay, so we have that little front that, again, looks like it might come through Saturday morning, and then we start to clear out. One thing I'm just seeing is kind of one trough after another coming down from Canada. So I don't think we're going to get way above normal in our temperatures. Temperatures will maybe come up slightly above average into the low 70s and then back down into the 60s again. So there's another shot of cool air. So there's Monday's look, and that's a lot different. Even before I started to do this discussion, it looked like we had more of a slower pattern, a closed low near us. Now it looks a little bit more progressive and a little weaker. So that would favor more just showers Monday morning, maybe some clearing in the afternoon, and overall just a nice northwest flow going into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week with comfortable temperatures, seasonable, maybe even a little bit below normal. The heat is definitely out west. I mean, some record late season heat. But for us, we're getting our flow coming out of Canada, and it should just be dry and fairly comfortable. It looks like that extends into late next week with even a cooler pocket of air. So with that said, Climate Prediction Center, I like this signal, the above normal signal, the western 2/3 of the country, and we're either near to below normal temperatures as we go beyond the 7-day, the 8th to the 14th of October. You can see our warmth over the weekend and then the cooling back into the 60s next week. But again, normal this time of year by the time you get to the 10th and 11th is in the upper 60s. So we might be right on target. In terms of precipitation, it's really a dry pattern across most of the country unless you're in the southeast. Near normal for us. There is an above normal signal for northern New England, but we're talking near to below normal in terms of precipitation. So like I said, dry pattern likely continuing as we go into the middle of October. You see your short-term rain chances are very, very minimal. Again, maybe we have something Friday night into Saturday morning, and there's our best chance Sunday night into Monday morning, and that may be somewhere in the order of about 1/4 of an inch of rainfall, at least by early estimates. By the way, in October, average high to start the month in the low 70s, by the end of the month in the upper 50s, and the nights in the mid 40s. Average rainfall 4 1/3 inches. Last year, it was a dry month at 1 1/3 inches. We'll see if that continues this year. Snow average is about 1/10 of an inch. Sunset by the end of the month, 5:52. Our fall back when we go back or we lose daylight saving time. That's going to be in the first Sunday in November, and I believe the sunset's somewhere around 4:49 if I'm correct, but certainly before 5 o'clock. So enjoy the later sunsets while you can. Highlights of the month. You have the full Hunter's Moon on the 17th, and the Orionid meteor shower will peak on the 20th and 21st. So hopefully skies cooperate with that. It wouldn't be great if we had that tonight because we have mainly cloudy skies into the morning hours, 59 degrees, mostly cloudy, little patchy fog well north and west. For your high temperatures on Wednesday, 69. Again, more clouds and sun, but fairly comfortable. A northeasterly wind at about 7 to 14 miles an hour. 59 degrees tomorrow night, mostly cloudy. Might be a sprinkle off to the north and west. Here's your 7-day AccuWeather forecast. So clouds will mix with sun on Thursday. Not a perfectly sunny day, but a little brighter, and we're warmer at 72. By Friday, partly sunny, 74. Think our warmest day is looking to be Saturday, and could we even be higher than that if the showers clear out during the early morning hours? Right now, it's looking like a better chance it's Friday night and a very early Saturday we have a shower, and then we're trending sunnier during the day. Sun and clouds on Sunday, some high clouds spilling in during the afternoon, still very pleasant. Your chance of showers, especially in the morning hours on Monday, and then hopefully some clearing about 70 with that new faster trend with that system, and that would leave Tuesday partly sunny and pleasant in the middle 60s. That's your 7-day AccuWeather forecast. You can always get your weather information on ABC7NY 24/7. Thanks for listening to Weather or Not. We'll see you next time, rain or shine.